What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Roger Report. The news cycle is absolutely on fire this week, and we've got some massive updates that you simply cannot afford to miss. From the pitch to the court, things are heating up, and we're here to break it all down for you with the energy you've come to expect. Get ready, because the stories we're diving into today are going to have you on the edge of your seat. We're talking about surprising performances, unexpected comments, and moments that will be talked about for weeks to come. The pace of the game is relentless, and so are we. You need to know what's happening, and you need it now. So buckle up, because this is the Roger Report, and we're kicking things off with a bang. First up, a titan of the sport is reeling from a shock defeat, and one of their star players is calling for calm and a return to collective strength, reminding everyone that even the greatest aren't invincible. We'll get into the details of that unexpected upset and what it means for the team's season. Then, we're heading over to the electric atmosphere of a cup final where a legendary player faced an uncharacteristic off day, as his team fell short in a dramatic showdown. The tension was palpable, and the fallout is still being felt. But that's not all. We've also got the inside scoop on the victorious side, celebrating a monumental win and solidifying their place in history. And finally, we're going to look at the post-match drama that erupted, a fiery conclusion to an already intense competition that has everyone talking. You won't want to miss a single second of this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's go. A star player's bold statement after a shock defeat. In a stunning turn of events, a powerhouse team suffered a surprising defeat, shattering a remarkable winning streak and leaving fans and pundits alike analyzing what went wrong. The usually dominant squad, known for its consistent high-level performances, found themselves on the wrong side of a 2-1 scoreline against an inspired opponent. This loss marks a significant moment, especially considering the team's previous undefeated run when a particular midfielder started matches, a streak that had reached an impressive 49 games. The absence of this key player, who had been sidelined with an ACL injury, was keenly felt, and his return to the starting lineup was met with immense expectations. Following the match, the midfielder himself addressed the media, offering a candid perspective on the team's current form and the immense pressure that comes with playing for such a high-profile club. When questioned about the team's performance and his own reintegration into the starting 11, he drew a parallel to one of the sport's greatest icons, Lionel Messi, in an effort to manage expectations. "I'm not Messi," he stated emphatically. "I'm not going to come back and make the team win and win." He emphasized the collective nature of success, reminding everyone that victories are a team effort, just as they were when the team achieved past triumphs. He acknowledged the need for him to regain his personal best form after his injury layoff, but stressed that his return alone does not guarantee wins. "It's a collective sport," he reiterated, expressing hope that the team would regroup and improve after the upcoming international break. The midfielder also directly addressed the growing criticism surrounding the team's start to the season, which has seen them secure only one win in their first 3 Premier League matches. With a record of 1 win, 0 draws, and 2 losses, the team is facing an unusual period of underperformance. However, he remained defiant in the face of public scrutiny, stating, "To be honest, I don't care. The people can think whatever they want. We just have to work hard and focus on us, and let's talk at the end of the season." This defiant stance underscores a belief within the squad that they have the resilience and quality to overcome this challenging period and ultimately achieve their season goals. The focus, he suggests, should be on internal improvement rather than external noise. This perspective highlights the mental fortitude required at the highest levels of sport and sets the stage for how the team will approach the remainder of their campaign. Now, hold on to your hats, because the drama doesn't stop there. We're heading into a major final where expectations were sky-high, but the reality was a completely different story. Legendary player silenced in cup final upset. In a highly anticipated cup final played before a record-breaking crowd, a legendary football icon experienced a rare off day as his team, Inter Miami, was decisively defeated by the Seattle Sounders with a final score of 3-0. The atmosphere at Lumen Field was electric, with an astounding attendance of over 69,300 fans, setting a new benchmark for the venue. While the home crowd largely supported the Sounders, the presence of the celebrated 8-time Ballon d'Or winner was expected to be the main draw. However, Seattle's clinical performance and relentless pressure effectively neutralized Miami's attacking threats, including their star forward. The match began with Seattle asserting dominance. Within the first 3 minutes, Osase de Rosario, son of MLS legend Dwayne, had a golden opportunity from a free kick just outside the box, but his shot went wide. Shortly after, the legendary player himself found space in the area with a promising look at goal, only for Seattle's Oded Vargas to execute a brilliant last-ditch sliding tackle, averting the danger. De Rosario made amends in the 26th minute, converting a pinpoint cross from Christian Roldan with a powerful header, giving Seattle the lead. Seattle continued to press, with Jesus Ferreira hitting the post from close range just before halftime, narrowly missing an opportunity to double their advantage. Following the break, Inter Miami's coach made a tactical switch, moving from a 4-4-2 to a 4-3-3 formation, which initially seemed to inject more life into their attack. Just 3 minutes into the second half, the star player had a clear chance to equalize after a well-crafted pass from Luis Suarez. However, he skied his shot over the crossbar, a moment that proved to be a turning point. The coach then opted for a more aggressive strategy, bringing on more attackers in the 56th minute, a gamble that ultimately backfired. As the game opened up, Seattle capitalized on the increased space. Paul Rothrock came close to scoring after exploiting a positional shift by Sergio Busquets to center back. The introduction of substitute Georgi Minongu proved immediately impactful as he drew a penalty from Yannick Bright. Alex Roldan calmly converted the spot kick in the 84th minute, extending Seattle's lead. The final blow came in the 89th minute when Rothrock seized on another opportunity, racing clear on a counterattack to score Seattle's third goal and seal the league's cup title. The post-match proceedings were marred by ugly scenes, as Luis Suarez appeared to engage in a physical altercation with Oded Vargas, placing him in a headlock. This incident triggered a melee involving both benches, with players and coaches exchanging punches before order was restored. Suarez was also seen spitting at one of Seattle's assistant coaches. Despite the unsportsmanlike conduct, Seattle lifted the trophy, with coach Brian Schmetzer cementing his legacy by becoming the first manager to win every major North American trophy. Both teams secured berths in the next year's Champions Cup. But the story doesn't end with the final whistle. We'll delve into the specific moments that define the victory for the champions and how they achieved this historic feat. Sounders' historic triumph. De Rosario leads charge against Miami. The Seattle Sounders have etched their name in the annals of North American soccer history, clinching the league's cup title with a commanding 3-0 victory over Inter Miami. The decisive match, played at a sold-out Lumen Field, saw a stellar performance from the Sounders, with Osase de Rosario opening the scoring and setting the tone for a dominant display. This win not only secures a major trophy, but also completes a remarkable clean sweep of all available domestic honors for the Seattle club, solidifying their status as a dominant force in the league. De Rosario opened the scoring in the 26th minute with a well-placed header into the bottom left corner, capitalizing on a precise cross from teammate Alex Roldan. This goal marked De Rosario's fourth in the league's cup campaign, showcasing his significant contribution to the team's success. The Sounders' defensive solidity ensured that Inter Miami, despite featuring star players like Lionel Messi, were unable to find the back of the net. Messi himself had chances, including a notable opportunity set up by Luis Suarez in the 49th minute, but he failed to convert, missing a chance to add to his already legendary goal-scoring record in cup finals. The Sounders' triumph was further cemented by late goals from Alex Roldan and Paul Rothrock. Alex Roldan converted a penalty in the 84th minute, awarded after substitute Georgi Minongu was fouled in the box. This penalty effectively sealed the victory, putting the game beyond Miami's reach. Just minutes later, in the 89th minute, Rothrock sealed the 3-0 win with a clinical finish on a counterattack, putting the final nail in Miami's coffin. The victory means Seattle has now won every major trophy available to MLS clubs, including the MLS Cup, CONCACAF Champions Cup, US Open Cup, and the Supporters' Shield. This achievement is unprecedented and highlights the club's consistent excellence and depth. While the on-field action was thrilling, the post-match atmosphere was unfortunately marred by unsportsmanlike conduct. Videos circulating on social media appeared to show Miami's Luis Suarez spitting at a Sounders staff member after the final whistle, following an earlier confrontation where Suarez had put an opponent in a headlock. This incident led to a brawl involving players and coaches from both teams, casting a shadow over Seattle's celebrations. Despite the unfortunate events, the Sounders' performance on the night was undeniable. Their tactical discipline, clinical finishing, and overall team cohesion were key factors in their victory. The win also guarantees Seattle a bye into the round of 16 of the next CONCACAF Champions Cup, further underscoring their regional dominance. It wasn't just the goals and the trophy that made headlines. The aftermath of this intense final saw some serious fireworks, and we've got the details on the post-match scuffle that has everyone talking. Post-match mayhem, Suarez involved in post-final altercation. The celebrations for the Seattle Sounders League's Cup victory were unfortunately overshadowed by a chaotic post-match incident involving Inter Miami's Luis Suarez. Following Seattle's decisive 3-0 win, tensions flared, leading to a significant on-field altercation that saw players and coaches from both sides involved in a brawl. Videos circulating widely on social media captured the unsportsmanlike conduct, with Suarez being a central figure in the controversy. Reports and visual evidence suggest that Suarez first became involved in an altercation with Seattle's Oded Vargas. In a heated moment, Suarez was seen putting Vargas in a headlock, an action that quickly escalated the situation. As players and staff from both benches rushed onto the field, the confrontation spiraled into a wider melee, with punches reportedly exchanged between individuals. The scene was one of disarray, with security personnel struggling to regain control and separate the involved parties. The intensity of the clash was such that it disrupted the immediate post-match proceedings, including the medal and trophy presentation. Adding to the controversy, Suarez was also observed spitting at one of the Sounders' assistant coaches after disengaging from the confrontation with Vargas. This act of aggression further fueled the negative reactions to the incident and drew widespread criticism from fans and observers of the sport. The behavior displayed by Suarez and others involved is contrary to the spirit of fair play and sportsmanship that should be upheld, especially after a competitive final. Despite the unsavory events that followed the final whistle, the Seattle Sounders' achievement remains historic. They completed their clean sweep of all major North American trophies, a feat that underscores their sustained excellence. Both Seattle and Inter Miami also secured qualification for the next CONCACAF Champions Cup by virtue of reaching the final. While the focus for Seattle will be on celebrating their monumental success, the incident involving Suarez is likely to draw further scrutiny and potential disciplinary action from the relevant football authorities. This dramatic conclusion serves as a stark reminder of the intense emotions that can surface in high-stakes competition. And that brings us to the end of our major updates. But before you go, we've got a super quick recap of everything we covered today. What a whirlwind of action. We saw Rodri call for unity after Manchester City's unexpected loss. Lionel Messi and Inter Miami fall short in the league's cup final. The Seattle Sounders achieve a historic clean sweep of trophies, and a dramatic post-match brawl erupt after the final whistle. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that like button, subscribe to the Roger Report for more high-energy sports news, and ring that notification bell so you're always in the loop. Plus, let us know your thoughts in the comments below and follow us on all our social media channels for even more exclusive content. We'll see you next time.